the island of revelation. When the world cast him out, the days in Ephesus had grown darker. At first, the city welcomed him, a place of thinkers and philosophers, traders and temples. But the more John spoke of Jesus, the more the world turned its back on him. He didn't preach in grand cathedrals or shout in the streets. He simply told the truth. Gently, powerfully. In the beginning was the Word. But Rome was listening, and Rome didn't like it. They feared the message of a kingdom not built on violence or power, but love, humility, and resurrection. They feared a man whose words still moved nations decades after his death. John was arrested. They dragged the old man before governors and priests. "Recant," they said. "Swear by Caesar. Deny this risen king." But John's voice, though aged, didn't tremble. "I cannot. I have seen him. I have touched his wounds." And so they beat him, hoping pain would change his mind. They paraded him through the city, hoping shame would silence him. Some accounts even whispered he was thrown into boiling oil and survived. But still, he wouldn't stop speaking the name. Jesus. So they didn't kill him. They exiled him. Patmos. The prison of silence. Patmos. Harsh, barren island. Rocks instead of soil. Wind instead of trees. Silence instead of the rhythm of city life. It was Rome's way of making him disappear without creating a martyr. There were no churches to teach, no disciples to encourage, no crowds to listen. Just crashing waves, searing heat, and long nights under unfamiliar stars. Here the last apostle, now in his 80s, was completely alone, or so it seemed. The torments within the torment wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. Imagine the memories John carried, the laughter of Jesus by the sea, at the sound of his voice calling, "Follow me," the sight of the cross, and Mary's tears, the empty tomb, the meals shared after the resurrection, and now, silence. He didn't flee to Patmos. He was cast there by men hoping to break him. But what they didn't understand was, you can exile the body, but not the spirit. You can silence the man, but not the word. The vision one morning, as the sun pierced the gray horizon, John prayed, and then it happened. A voice like thunder, a light like fire, presence that shook him to his bones. "Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last. I was dead, and now, Luke, I am alive forever and ever." Jesus stood before him not as the man from Galilee, but as the glorified King of heaven, and John, the prisoner, became the messenger again. He wrote what he saw: angels and trumpets, scrolls and beasts, judgment and mercy. A new heaven and a new earth. That became the book of Revelation, born, not from comfort, but from exile, not from the temple, but from torment, not from safety, but from suffering. He did not flee, he endured, John. Didn't run from persecution. He walked through it. Didn't escape the fire. He was refined by it. And in his isolation, God revealed the final chapter, not just for John, but for all of us. Light will win. Love will reign. The Lamb will return.